Good afternoon and welcome to Lenovo Transform. My name's Caroline and we're here today at the first leg of our annual Accelerate Roadshow where we're talking to thousands of customers across Europe. Today we're at the English National Ballet in London where we've been talking about smarter technology for all. And this location is quite apt, right? Because when you think of ballet, you think of balance, flexibility, and agility. And those are all the kind of things that our customers are thinking about when it comes to their data center, their infrastructure, and to the cloud in general. And with that in mind, I'm joined by Per Overgaard, the Executive Director for Lenovo Data Center Group, and who's just finished delivering a topic today on that very subject. So Per, earlier today you held a breakout session entitled Finding Clarity Among the Clouds. Can you give us a quick recap on what you've covered?
Yeah, so basically we tried to take a session where we talked about where Lenovo is fitting into, the entire concept of cloud, and also tried to demystify, some of the words that are connected to hybrid cloud, private cloud, all that stuff, and really try to get to what why it matters to customers, why they want to talk about it, and how we get the adoption of cloud to move faster inside the data centers, because we are far away for having where I think we could do what we can get out of the technology.
Right. Okay. So cloud is a topic which we've been talking about in the technology industry for many years now. Why is this still relevant to customers?
Well, it's extremely relevant because it's a tool, right? And I think what we need to get out of the concept of cloud is that we need to give our customers the room to innovate, right? I'm entirely sure that the future it's not just about cost. So everybody is shouting cost savings, and in reality I think they should shout innovation. Because that's going to be the differentiator in the future. We can't just keep cutting costs. We have a limit of how far down we can go, and I think every customer wants to have something different that differentiates, right? So the technology that are happening right now actually gives the customers a platform to do what I think is the most important thing, which is innovation.
Okay, so that's good. So what challenges do you think customers are facing the most right now?
Well, that exact thing is that the journey into the cloud is very cloudy. And it basically means that they have to get past some of the issues that are in, getting into the cloud. By the way, cloud as a concept doesn't mean that it goes somewhere mystical, right? It means that they have to come over what I think is the biggest issues. One is security, right? Security is the big questions out there, and I think it's one of the main causes for why customers doesn't move quicker into cloud adoption, or should we say enabling of their current infrastructure into the digital transformation. So, and the second thing is because we need to have localized versions of we need to have a German version, we need to have a UK version of it, just because of GDPR. And customers want to know in a strange way where their data is going, right? So I'm not talking about going into the data center and kick to the server, but still have a very specific idea of where the data is going, how to control it, security, possibly also how to get it back.
Okay, so with that in mind, how does this link to the wider trends which businesses are seeing? And the trends that they're trying to understand most, like IoT, 5G, AI, etc.
Perfect, because all of them are exciting new technologies. So let's pick out on one of them, 5G. So 5G is going to be a major disruptor, right? So it's going to change what we do completely, because it gives us space for innovation. It gives us space to go and invent new solutions and new products for customers. It gives us tremendous bandwidth, tremendous speed. So if we were walking on 5G, we would be running on 5G, right? So it gives us that. It gives us expansion into new geographies, right? So, how do we get better infrastructure in Africa? I'm entirely sure 5G will help us. So that's one thing. Then AI and hyperconvergence and all these technologies basically comes on top. IoT is the last part, which I think again is going to be the next big thing, and it's going to be the next big thing when everybody discovers the possibilities within the technology that are present. It gives them the space to innovate. It gives us the space to put IoT into all devices. So one of my good examples is, the company that does, industrial vacuum cleaners, and they clean the floor in the evening in the factory. Why can't that vacuum cleaner pick up other sorts of information, for instance, about theft and burglary, and send that back to a security company? So we have one device. They used to do one thing, and now it's actually doing multiple things. You get better cost, you get more efficiency, and most importantly, you get innovation.
Sure. Okay. So we've been talking about hybrid cloud specifically today, but for the customers on the line today, how would you describe that?
Well, for me, hybrid cloud is just a way of explaining all the different cloud models. So again, cloud is not a destination. It's not a piece of hardware. It's not a piece of software. It's a strategy that you implement in your company that incorporates all the functions, all the features, all the hardware components that you have in your infrastructure. Right? You enable that infrastructure to do a digital transformation inside your company. So hybrid cloud for me means that you mix the technologies, you mix the possibilities you have within the present technology, and you will enable the company to deliver the innovation that we talked about just a minute ago.
Okay, and with that in mind, what are the main advantages for customers taking on hybrid cloud?
Well, it's kind of like three big things for the customers, right? So one is cost reduction, right? The other one is efficiency, and the third one is to have a platform where they have the possibility to develop an advantage for the company. And cloud can give them exactly that if it's used in a proper way. But the number one thing that we're hearing from the customers, right, in all the customer meetings we've had, is that customers are reluctant to go into the new technologies simply because of it being very, very difficult to implement. And that's why customers are coming to us as Lenovo, as a company, to see whether they can get a golden ticket to go faster into cloud. And that golden ticket could, for instance, be what we do on Think Agile. It's the concept of real solutions, right? So it's an end-to-end, 100 automated process of installing new technology into a data center. We build the hardware, we secure the quality, we give the customers full control, security, and we automate everything into a script.
Sure. And are there any examples where Lenovo has helped customers with implementing hybrid cloud?
Yeah, so again, massive amount of solutions, and it's come from the banking industry that wants to go into a model where they enable the current infrastructure. It's a surveillance, right? So we have a city of Bogota where we've connected multiple cameras, multiple data solutions into one solution, helping them to connect all of it. Everything is cloud. Again, it's not a concept, it's not a destination. It's a way of enabling the infrastructure and built on what the customer already have.
Okay, so just to wrap up then, Per, if people are interested in finding out more, where can they go?
Well, our favorite link, so it's lenovo.com/datacenter.
Excellent. All right, great. Thank you very much. So, thank you so much, Per. Hope that's been extremely insightful for everyone today. That's all we've got time for, but thank you for watching. Speak to you soon.